Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome to our channel if you're new and if you're not. Come va? My name is filcofilms and today we're doing a, not very requested, but still I wanted to get it out there, a Q&A. Oh, that's a horrible way to start the video. Yeah, I posted on social media, Instagram and Twitter, if anybody had some questions for me, because I feel I have literally not done one of these since 2017. And since then, things have changed a lot on this channel, and I mean a lot. So I did want to get one out there to get some questions out of the way. I'm going to be doing this a little differently compared to the other ones that I've done. So in the other ones, I've had questions in English and in Italian, and I tended to translate them into one language. In this Q&A, I'm going to do it like a little bilingual Q&A, I guess, where I'm going to be answering the question in the language that it's been asked in. So as I usually do on this channel, all of the English is not going to be subtitled because you all understand it very well. The Italian, though, will be subtitled just in case there's some of you watching from other countries that aren't Italy and do not understand Italian fully. So I'm going to be putting subtitles for the Italian parts of this video. So don't worry, everybody's going to be perfectly able to understand this video, and I think that we can get going. Now, when it comes to the social medias, I posted questions on Twitter and Instagram. We'll start with Twitter because I actually only got a couple of questions on there, so it's easier, and then we'll get straight on to the Instagram questions. So starting with Twitter, Fabrizio mi chiede quali sono I tuoi hobby. Hobbies, hobby, come lo diciamo? Vabbè, diciamo hobby. Lo state guardando. Uno dei miei hobby principali è ovviamente YouTube. Mi piace un sacco fare video su YouTube e li faccio da... Beh, ufficialmente su questo canale dal 2016-17, però ancora prima, quando stavo alle scuole superiori, avevo un altro canale dove mettevo video un po' così a caso, non mi ricordo esattamente che temi avevo. Anche lì facevo dei temi di italianità, non lo so, però sì, al tempo avevo un canale e credo che lo abbia cancellato. Sinceramente non mi ricordo neanche come si chiamava, però non c'è più, non esiste più sull'internet. Altri hobby, vabbè, questo è un cliché, mi piace un sacco viaggiare, ovviamente. Io sono cresciuto viaggiando e ogni tanto, dopo qualche anno, mi viene la voglia proprio di spostarmi, di cambiare paese, di cambiare environment, ambiente. Ho questo bisogno di viaggiare, quindi mi piace tantissimo viaggiare. Lo so, è molto cliché, però mi piace tantissimo. E finalmente, dopo tutta questa crisi, ad agosto ho prenotato i voli per ritornare in Italia. Per Ferragosto rivedrò i miei, sarà fantastico, cioè non li vedo a Natale praticamente, quindi sarà bello. E ogni tanto il viaggio è anche il tornare a casa, che a me piace tantissimo. Prossima domanda me la fa Francesco, immagino. Mi chiede: what's your job? Do you feel satisfied? And where do you see yourself in 10 years? Allora, what's your job? My job is, I currently work in product management, so it's a branch of marketing. I've been at this job for a couple of years now, and yeah, of course, I really enjoy it. I really like marketing on a whole, so I'm lucky enough that the company is not huge. So in my product management role, I get to do a lot of marketing activities as well, like more classical marketing activities like advertising, literature, brochures, flyers, photography even. Like, there's a bunch of stuff that goes with product management. And I come from a background of public relations. So before this, I worked for a couple of years in public relations. I must sound really old. I'm only 24, but I graduated university at the age of 20, and so I did 2 years and 2 years in these two companies, and I have a long way to go. So I think I'm going to be staying in the marketing realm, PR, somewhere like that, even advertising maybe. But I do see myself continuing down this career path, and it does kind of match with like video making and YouTube. So I'm not too far off in terms of jobs and hobbies. And meeting in that happy medium is where you really want to be, I think. You want to be doing something that you really enjoy. Now, moving on to Instagram. I get another question: what's your job? Which we answered. La canzone che ascolti di più al momento? Questa è una buona domanda. Lo sai che adesso che non viaggio più per lavoro, perché non faccio più avanti e indietro con la macchina, lavoro da casa ancora, non ascolto tantissimo la musica. Cosa ascolto? Ok, aspetta, ho riscoperto adesso, perché io ho cambiato forse un anno fa da Spotify a Apple Music e avevo tutte le playlist su Spotify di cui mi ero completamente dimenticato. Quindi l'altro giorno ho riaperto Spotify e ho visto tutte le playlist che avevo lì che adoravo e le ho ricreate su Apple Music. Quindi ad esempio ne avevo una che si chiama Childhood, e ho avuto una fase tipo completamente emo e alle scuole superiori, non like emo, like for real, cioè non è che mi facevo del male, però emo nel senso il genere della musica che mi faceva un sacco, e quindi l'ho riscaricata, cioè l'ho trasferita su Apple Music, e negli ultimi 2 giorni ascolto un sacco di, oh my god, what are the bands? Simple Plan was one of my favorite bands. All American Rejects, The Offspring, A Day to Remember, All Time Low, cioè tutte queste band super emo che in Italia non so se andavano di moda, però sicuramente alle scuole americane it was a big thing. It was a big phase for everyone. The next question is, have you ever thought about living in Italy? Of course I've thought about living in Italy. I'm from Italy. I've never had the chance to live in Italy before, apart from like a couple of months here and there, but not much longer than that at a time. And honestly, I do see myself living in Italy at some point in the future. Italy's such a beautiful country. Between the cities, which are so much fun, like Milan, I absolutely love Milan. Florence is amazing. But I have only seen them really from like a tourist perspective. So like going out and meeting people and not really doing my day-to-day stuff there. So I've never had to like open a phone contract in Italy. I've never had to pay bills in Italy. I've never had to pay taxes in Italy. Like I don't know what that is like. So I love Italy from the perspective of someone that goes back there to visit family, but living there I feel like is an experience that I don't have completely yet. So I would love to have that, and I would love to see what everyone experiences when they live in Italy. But I think we have such a good mix of everything in Italy, so you're not really missing anything. If you want to live in a big city, you can go to a big city. If you want to live in the countryside, you can go to the countryside. If you want to go to the beach, you can go to the beach. There's so much going on in Italy, and you just wouldn't get bored really. So yes, of course, at some point in the future, it's somewhere where I'd like to go. The only issue for me with Italy is that my Italian is not at the level where I feel comfortable like working in Italy. Like I would not feel comfortable working in a completely Italian speaking environment because I do lack that. And having an Italian passport, being Italian, it feels weird. Like if you're a foreigner and you don't speak very good Italian, that's excusable because people expect that from you. But as an Italian, lacking that much in the language, and you may not hear it on video because we're speaking like we're friends, right? But in a professional environment dove devi dare del lei, per esempio, o devi parlare di cose che hanno a che fare col business, che hanno a che fare con che ne so, anche il marketing ad esempio. Io tutti quei termini, I don't know this vocabulary in Italian, so it would be very difficult for me to do. That just went off on a tangent. Sorry, let's bring it back and move on to the next question. Credi in Dio? No, no. Nel senso che crescendo, io non sono cresciuto in una famiglia particolarmente religiosa. Ovviamente sì, vabbè, essendo italiani un po' di religione è sempre presente, nel senso che si andava in chiesa quelle 2 volte all'anno, a Pasqua, a Natale. Ho conosciuto tantissime persone religiose nel corso della mia vita, diverse religioni ovviamente, cattolici, cristiani, musulmani, ebrei, buddisti, di tutto, e per me non è neanche tanto che non credo in Dio, ma c'è così tanta confusione che anche se io volessi credere in Dio non saprei dove girarmi, non saprei cosa credere, perché avendo parlato one on one con tutte queste persone che credono in tutte questi dei diversi, onestamente non ne ho idea. Quindi sono contento a essere definito ateo, so atheist, oppure agnostic, che non so come si dice agnostic in italiano, però dovrebbe essere praticamente il fatto che sì, ok, tu credi che ci possa essere un Dio, sicuramente, però non sai cos'è, qual è la religione giusta, e sinceramente non mi interessa troppo. Ognuno può fare quello che vuole, può credere in quello che vuole, per me invece io così, non ci ho mai pensato troppo, sinceramente. Now, the next question is, of all the places you've lived, which one is your favorite and why? Also, would you ever move to Italy? So I think I've answered the last part of that question. Of all the places that I've lived, which one is my favorite? This is a really difficult question. Like, a lot of people do ask me this question, and it's hard for me to have an answer to this because the places that I've lived have all been so different from each other. So I think, I mean, I've lived in 7 places. 7? 6 places. I've lived in 6 places. One of those places I lived in twice. That's where I get confused in different time frames. But of the 6 places, I can say 3 of them were my favorites, but that's just because the other 3 I can't really remember because I was so young. So the 3 that I would consider my favorites, and that's the thing, they're your favorites in different ways. So like Singapore is my favorite because Singapore has such a different like vibe or culture than anywhere else I've lived in. It's like, it's a very Asian, it's an Asian country, but you get like, it's super modern, but at the same time it's tropical, so you get this like crazy mix of vibes and feelings from Singapore, and it just feels like home to me. The sounds, like, this is so weird, but like the other day I was remembering this sound of these birds in Singapore that they chirp in the mornings. And I could literally, I could do it right now, but I'm not gonna embarrass myself. But there's a specific sound that you wake up to in the morning of these birds chirping, and this is so unique to Singapore. I've never heard it anywhere else. And hearing that sound like makes me feel so at home. And also tropical rainstorms. Oh my God, rainstorms. When you get thunderstorms in Europe, I get that feeling like, oh, Singapore, you know? So that, it just sparks these like really positive emotions for me, and that's why Singapore is one of my favorite places. But I could tell you the exact same stories about Prague in the Czech Republic. Same thing. I grew up there I was there for like sometimes 6 years in total, split into 2 different sets of 3 years, 2 separate sets of 3 years. And it's the same story. There's specific things that are just so Prague to me and remind me of home. And obviously London is the third one. London is another place where I feel like home. I mean, I became an adult in London. I started living alone. I went to university. My first job was here. To this day, I live here. So London is a whole other aspect of home. So that is a very difficult question. And to be honest, let me throw it back to you in the sense that I challenge you to find someone that has grown up in different countries and can tell you that they have one specific favorite place. I think that is the hardest thing you could ask someone. It's a fantastic question, but you'll never get a straight answer for this. I don't think you ever will from someone that has lived in so many different places. Ti senti più italiano o più britannico? E poi dopo la domanda vicina, ti senti più italiano, americano o londinese? C'è una parte predominante. Allora, aspettiamo. Sì, vabbè. Allora, ti senti più italiano? Io mi sento molto italiano, stranamente. Non so cioè, ovviamente non ci ho mai vissuto, però io mi sento italiano perché i miei genitori sono italiani, il mio passaporto è italiano, quindi ovviamente in quel senso mi sento italiano. Britannico no, non mi sento per niente, perché alla fine in Inghilterra ci ho abitato 6 anni, io ho 24 anni. Non è così tanto tempo e alla fine non ci ho mai vissuto qui con la mia famiglia. E secondo me una gran parte di dove ti senti a casa è dove hai la famiglia, dove è la tua famiglia, dove stanno le tue radici. E io, vabbè, radici poche, però in Italia, sicuramente sono in Italia, quindi mi sento molto più italiano. Però non vuol dire che quando torno in Italia io mi sento completamente a casa, perché in molte situazioni mi sento uno straniero in Italia. Ho i modi di essere e di fare le cose molto diversi, i modi molto diversi rispetto all'italiano medio. Mi vesto diversamente dagli italiani, cioè mio padre quando cammina per la strada all'estero lo riconoscono subito che è italiano. A me no, io non mi vesto come un italiano e non so perché, cioè non vi so rispondere, non vi so dire perché non ho questo Italian-like vibe to me. I don't have that, ma non vi so dire per quale motivo. Mi sento più italiano di qualsiasi altra nazionalità, però anche in Italia non mi sento completamente a casa. Non so se ho risposto alla domanda, è difficile anche questa rispondere, però se devo scegliere tra italiano, londinese, britannico, americano, chiaramente sceglierei italiano. Americano non posso dirvi perché io non ci ho mai vissuto in America o in Canada, quindi magari se ci andassi a vivere ci passerei tanto tempo. Forse un giorno vi potrò dire mi sento più americano, perché alla fine io mi sono cresciuto in un environment americano, nelle scuole americane all'estero, e quindi forse mi riconosco più con quella cultura, però in questo momento No, non posso dirlo, non me lo posso giustificare. How many countries have you visited so far? Well, visited, oh my god. I thought you asked lived in, which I answered earlier, it was 6. But visited? Holy shit. Where's that map? Hang on a second. Do you guys have one of these? If you don't have one of these, this isn't even planned. I'm gonna leave this in the description. I'm gonna leave an Amazon link to one of these. It's a scratch map. And I did start scratching it, so let me actually just double check. Because I can't count off the top of my head, and I think that there's a number here. Okay, so it's between 21 and 25. Like there's countries in there like San Marino, Vatican City, like small countries that I may have forgotten, and then countries that I'm not counting countries that I laid over in airports. I don't think that's fair. Yeah, so I visited about 25 countries. I don't know the exact number. I was just trying to figure it out, but stuff came to mind like the Vatican City, San Marino, like Monaco, for example. Those countries came to mind as well. So yeah, somewhere between 21 and 25. I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to double check, and then I can give you guys an answer later. I should have prepared for this video. I'm just doing this randomly, oh, I've got the question, I'll just answer them. What do you do for a living? Do you watch anime? Oof, that's a good question. So what do I do for a living? I answered that. What do I watch anime? No. And I don't think I might have watched out of curiosity. I've had some friends that are really into anime, so I kind of tried watching it a while back. I watched, what was it called? The Death Note. I think it's called Death Note. I tried to watch some episodes of that series. I didn't get through to the end. It was good. It was actually really good to begin with, but I didn't get I tried, and everyone said that's the easiest anime that you can try and watch and actually get into if you're not into anime, but I didn't really like it, so I'm sorry, I don't. And then, obviously, Xena asks, when are you coming to visit us? So Xena and Till are some of my really good friends, some of my best friends from high school, actually, and they currently live in the Netherlands, and I go visit them so often. It's actually really easy from London because there's a direct train now. It's amazing. That leaves from King's Cross and arrives in, you can choose, you can get off at Rotterdam or Amsterdam, and it only takes 3.5 to 4 hours. And if you get it in advance, it's actually quite cheap. You can get a ticket for £35. So it's the best thing. And I went to visit I used to go visit them very often before the coronavirus situation. But I will come and visit you again very, very soon, I promise. I do want to see you guys this summer, so we can hang. But yeah, that's all I've got for the questions, guys. Thank you guys so much for leaving some questions for me to answer. I hope that you got what you wanted out of this. Oh, that sounds weird. If you have anything else to ask, leave it in the comments below. I always reply to comments, so feel free to start a conversation down there. Obviously, leave this video a like. If you haven't already, you obviously should have liked this video already, but if you haven't, now's your chance. Check out my merch. I released some merch earlier this summer, so it's going to be also down just below the description, so check it out. Now, obviously, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell icon down below. I post new videos every single Sunday, and when I'm not posting, you can catch me on social media, Instagram, Twitter, take part in question and answer videos like this. You can also suggest sometimes I post polls on there to know what you guys want to see in the coming videos, and stay tuned for next week because next week is an Italian video, being the 3rd Sunday of the month. So thank you guys so much for watching. My name is filcofilms, and I will catch you next time. Ciao.